Howdy, friends and floorheads. We are back for episode 3 of Monster of the Week. Previously, our hunters achieved a spectacular victory over a sentient moss brain, during which they realized just how otherworldly their fellow hunters might be. Adriel encountered a seraph named Elias, who told him that another one, like him, but fallen, is growing in power, and a sign of it is in Iowa, where children have gone missing. He told him that there's an evil devourer behind the missing children. We're going to meet our hunters first, right after that conversation between Adriel and Elias, to find out how Adriel is going to convince his brothers to head to Hendersonville, Iowa. A couple questions we need to figure out is what discussions will be happening in the RV and the Forerunner in the wake of what happened in the Moss Brain bunker. Do we have any sense, and will we find out what evil they're driving towards? And will we find out how they feel about each other in the wake of what happened in that bunker? We're going to figure all of that out, plus a lot more on the other side of the opening titles.
Attention, brave viewers. This video features adults immersed in a spine-chilling horror RPG experience. The content likely includes supernatural elements, horror-related events, and potentially scenes of violence. Viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy.
So what I'm imagining is it's the next morning. Declan, Van, Elias, you're sitting in that diner in Tennessee, going to catch a breakfast before, you make a decision about what's next. And Adriel, let's have you showing up a couple minutes later than everybody and grabbing a seat.
Good morning.
Good morning. Got you a coffee, Adriel.
Thank you. We have a lead. We need to go to Hendersonville in Iowa. There are children missing.
Hendersonville, Iowa. Where'd that come from?
I look at each one of you in the eye for a moment, holding about a 3-second gaze. I had a visitor, one of my own. It seems another, say, a mirror to myself, was sent down. But he has gone off the path. He is trying to give rise to what was called the Devourer, and this will consume the world. There are circles, is what I was told to find, and it starts there in Hendersonville.
Have you consulted Bingo for any additional info yet?
No.
No.
That's your contact.
All right. So I stand up and I'm going to separate while they finish their conversation.
All right, let's cut to you.
I'm going to step outside and call Bingo.
Oh, baby, you miss me?
I do. I don't know if you're up to speed on what happened out here, but we've wrapped up and I've got a care package coming your way, like promised.
I was right, wasn't I, sweetie? There's something really crazy going on there.
Yeah. We figured out what we could, but my brother came to us talking about something in Hendersonville. Can you start looking into some of anything odd, weird happening out there?
So you can hear her opening up an energy drink, and then you hear this clack, 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 as her mechanical keyboard starts going. She goes, baby, there's a lot of Hendersonvilles. You got to be a little bit more specific than that.
Iowa. My apologies.
Clack, 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 clack. Yeah, sweetie, seems like a day or two ago, 2 kids gone missing. That you got to think for small towns, don't you? That place, I think maybe they're renting a single stoplight for that little baby.
Yeah, if you could just start looking into some of that stuff over there. We're going to be heading that way here soon, and we could use all the research we can on this, because my brother's pretty adamant about that's our next stop. So better be prepared if at all possible.
Now, baby, which one of your brothers is telling you that? Because I don't trust them all.
Adriel.
I'm not real sure whether he can even lie, so I think you're probably smart doing that. You go and head out. You be careful. Give me a ring later. I might have some stuff dug up for you. But hey, sweetie, is your camera working on the phone?
No, it's not. Why?
Long overdue for a selfie. You got that winning smile, sweetie.
Yeah, Van's blushing like I am right now in real life. Bingo, I love you to death, but we got to hit the road. Thank you for your help. I'll send you that care package, I promise.
And right before you hear you hear her go, I'm sure one of your brother's phones, and then click. So before we cut, do we have questions for Adriel? Are we accepting what Adriel has to say? Should we fast forward to the drive?
I know Van has seen Adriel's demeanor when he means business, and there's no asking further information. I know what he brought to the table is factual and what we need to do immediately.
Yeah. I think all you saw from Elias was some skepticism at first, and then he just went back to eating his food.
When Van comes back in, Declan will ask, what's the word?
Bingo confirmed there's some stuff going on, but she's going to start researching some of the kids that have gone missing and some of the events that might have led up to today, and looking at some of the history. So we've got, day drive. I don't know how long it is to.
It's about 11 hours.
11 hours. So she'll have an 11-hour head start on us for research. So
let me finish my omelet and close out and look directly at Adriel. You don't make an 11-hour drive after a concussion a whole lot more comfortable? A smoke. It'll just look down into his plate and keep eating, kind of sullenly.
There's a cigarette machine right there.
You gonna burn those up too?
So let's
cut. What the hell I'm talking about.
Let's cut to you're about 15 minutes outside of Hendersonville, Iowa. It's been a long drive. We've got, of course, the Remington RV, as well as the DJ's or Declan's Forerunner. Give me an idea of who's driving what and who's riding with whom.
I'm not riding with Adriel.
Okay.
I guess it's Declan and I as the predisposed. I don't like the RV.
Okay.
Smell.
Yeah.
So my first thing is, I think I want to cut to the RV. I want to get a sense at some point during the drive. Is there any conversation between Van and Elias about? I mean, Van, you saw some shit, and I don't know whether you're going to talk to Elias about it or not. You don't have to by any stretch of the imagination.
No,
Or if Elias brings it up.
Van's definitely going to ask some questions just to kind of put his finger on the pulse and kind of poke a little bit, not too forcefully, but just kind of get his side of the story and what's going on and where his head's at in all of this. So,
Okay.
You ask.
So just so you know, Elias would be not bringing up the conversation at all around that, but he would, when the time was right, bring up the current situation.
Got it.
Going to Henderson. So yours probably comes first.
Yeah. So, Elias, where's your head at after all that went down?
Well, it was touch and go there for a minute, but we succeeded. Could have gone a lot worse.
You definitely shined getting that thing taken care of, although it scared the hell out of us, but I appreciate what you did, and I know that puts you in a position, but
thank you. I regret that it took such a drastic maneuver, but glad that we were able to stop it from causing too much collateral damage.
I apologize for Adriel and how he spoke to you and in that interaction between you two. But he means well. I hope you understand that sometimes brothers fight, right? Don't take it personally. It's in the heat of the moment. But just know that I'm here for you, buddy. If you need anything, I'm here, and I'll help kind of field some of those situations if they get interesting. Because I mean, a lot of stuff's happened to all of us. We're here for a reason. Otherwise, we'd be accountants, and you'd be in school full time, and whatever. We're out here monster hunting. So let me know if I can help you. If you need a shoulder to unload on, I'm here.
Thank you. I'm not too worried about what he said, and I know that he thinks that he's got good intentions and tries to have good intentions. He's just got a limited view. He sees the world in black and white, and that can be a dangerous way to look at things. It can cause unforeseen consequences. And I don't have to tell you how self-righteous he can be sometimes.
Touche. Now, speaking of unintended consequences, based on what we saw, are you worried about any unintended consequences?
Yes, always. There's a power, and to tap it can sometimes open more than you expect, more than I expect.
Well, if things go too far, you pull back. It's not worth destroying our lives over. We have a mission, but it's not at the sake of ourselves. So,
Elias, before you ask about the current situation, I'm going to cut to the Forerunner. So we've got DJ. God, I keep doing that. We got Declan and Adriel in the Forerunner. Adriel, a lot happened, right? You saw what Elias did and what Elias unleashed there in the bunker. You've been dumped with information that you are not the only one that has been brought back to this, back to Earth or back to this reality. That Seraph made it very clear that there's a mirror to you here somewhere. Declan, you witnessed everything that happened in that bunker as well, and were a key person that kind of made sure that vanquish occurred, and really could argue, you saved the day. What kind of conversations are happening between the two of you?
Adriel really doesn't initiate conversations very often.
Okay.
He usually stays pretty quiet.
So Declan will kind of start and iterate that it's not really like you to run late. What was going on this morning? Especially not for coffee.
Elias, with the information that I was given, I had to reflect. It's pretty serious. He doesn't just come down to come down. He is actually the Seraph of the Seventh Dawn, and he is the keeper of the line that must not break. We are going to be getting into territory that's far beyond anything any of us have seen or done. And I am concerned greatly about one of us. And I hope they aren't part of the labyrinth of evil that's growing.
Okay, I'll bite. You're talking about Elias, aren't you?
Oh, you saw what he did. That was reckless. It worked out, but it was reckless. What if it doesn't work out next time?
I can't argue with that. I saw something too. When it came down to us versus it, I reached out to my sect for some guidance, and I connected directly with the Ember Matron, who is the highest of the high within my organization. I had never seen her before. It was that alone made me realize, like, oh, this is big. And she said that the thing we had come there to deal with, the moss creature, was already long dead by the time that I was even able to connect with her, which happened instantaneously. And she said that thing's got to go. And then I came back and I pulled up my sticks. I saw that Elias was in danger, and I'll be honest, that's the last thing I remember.
Well, that was definitely a demon of hell. And it seems like we were both visited by people that probably shouldn't have visited us, because by them doing so, that tells us the peril that we're in. Elias was in danger of his own literal creation. He created or pulled forth that beast, and in his mind it was to help, but you can't control something like that. And really, I don't even know if it was something that I could have bested.
What I'll say is I don't think it was me that took it down. I think that something else channeled its power through me. So it was a much bigger force than us that allowed us to tame it. And I don't know that we killed it.
It's never us. We are but vessels. And that's what worries me, because I don't know what fills Elias' vessel. But
I think it's progress that we're able to have this conversation.
keep in
Last week we
mind,
would have been ready to let him go.
keep in mind with what you just told me now and what I've heard myself, this is literally end of the world situation.
Well,
Well,
not,
end of your world anyway.
well, not dead yet. And Declan will kind of grip back on the wheel and kind of look ahead to keep pushing through this drive. He's still in a lot of pain from what happened in the last episode, so he's kind of gritting his teeth through it.
So
Only you had some marijuana.
I love that Adriel calls it marijuana. Let's cut back to the RV because it sounded like Elias had something that you wanted to bring up with Van.
Oh, you're muted.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I think kind of dovetailing off of kind of fading into the new conversation, because we were talking about Adriel and how Elias thinks that he has a limited perspective. He says, we all mean well, and we are all family here, and we're here to help each other. And I know it can't be easy to look at me and what I am, because I'm not normal. I know that. And I tap into a power that's greater than any of us. But we do have a mutual enemy, in the demon that's hunting our family. I just worry that Adriel's self-righteousness will lead him right down the path that this other previous version of him that he mentioned has gone down. This strict adherence to belief, blind faith based on no circumspection. It's not the first time we've heard a story like this. He's not the first savior to become the villain. Not saying he's either, but I worry for him probably as much as he worries for me.
Wow, kid, that's deep.
Sorry.
No, I appreciate you opening up because, I think we have some things to keep an eye out. And some things to avoid, but I think we need to be open and transparent so that we're family first and we know how to help each other through thick and thin. I mean, Adriel, in essence, was reborn and brought back. That's a lot. We do the same go through heaven and hell to bring any one of us back if we could. And we're here for each other. So we just need to be transparent and open, honest. And one of these days we need to have that conversation with Adriel, and I can be there to help mediate and keep it on task. But we're here for each other. So just keep that in mind. Yeah.
I'm not here to agitate. I'm not looking for a fight with him. And I try to let his comments roll off my back. They don't. An argument doesn't do any good. I hope that acts and deeds will show the truth of the matter.
So before I read the teaser for this episode, who has a new beginning of a mystery movie? Anybody? I know at least one of you do. Elias, can you read me yours?
One moment, please.
All right. And Declan, you have one as well, right? You're
correct,
my friend. Okay. We can hear you. We got you. You want to read it?
Let me.
I've got mine. Hold on.
Great. Let's hear it.
Go ahead and start now.
Okay. Mine's called Premonitions. At the start of each mystery, roll plus weird. On a 10+, you get a detailed vision of something bad that is yet to happen. You take +1 forward to prevent it from coming true, and mark experience if you stop it. On a 7 to 9, you get clouded images of something bad that is yet to happen. Mark experience if you stop it. On a miss, you get a vision of something bad happening to you. and the keeper holds 3 to be spent 1-for-1 as penalties to rolls you make.
All right, I forgot I like this move. So let's roll plus weird.
Pop up in the background, yep.
All right, you got your 10. Elias, as the conversation winds down and the landscape changes, I think maybe you're in the back of the RV, sitting on the couch. In that half sleep state. I don't think that you're intending to fall asleep, but you're exhausted and you don't realize maybe that you've dozed off. And suddenly you find yourself looking, and definitely a third person perspective of a room. And the floor is earth, it's soil. The walls are all concrete block. There's a large, what looks to be like a handmade, like farmer's table in the center of the room. Candles on the table, on the ground. It's the only light. The walls are covered in this dark, dry red patterns of circles upon circles connected with lines. And you see the shadow on against the wall of something enormous. And it's hard to tell because it's just the shadow of this thing, but it looks like it could be 10 feet tall with shoulders as wide as a person and these enormous horns that seem to be shaped out of its head. And on the table, there's a teenage boy tied to the table. And you can see that most of his flesh has been burned off. And his entire torso has been ripped open. And it appears that any vital organs that used to be there are now gone. And it must have happened recently as far as this vision is concerned of the future, because you can see the blood still dripping off of the table and hitting and being absorbed by the soil. Declan, talk to me about your move.
My move, when you are in good standing with the sect.
Did we lose him?
Oh,
No.
did I miss something, Elias?
No, I'm thinking, did we lose?
No, I can see him.
Oh,
If you can't see DJ, just refresh your browser and you should be able to be right back. Go ahead, Declan.
Okay. At the beginning of the mystery, if you're in good standing with the sect, which you should be after our last episode, roll plus
You are.
charm. On a 10+, to provide some useful info to help in the field. On a 7 and 9, you get a mission associated with the mystery, and if you do it, you get some help or info as well. On a miss, they ask you to do something bad. If you fail a mission or refuse an order, you'll be in trouble with the sect until you atone.
Excellent. Let's give it a roll plus charm. Man, oh man. All these good rolls. So remind me, on a 10+, what do I give you? They give you information, right?
Yeah, so I think on a 10+, I just straight up get help, no strings attached, but let me make sure that is true. My sheet is loading. Yeah, but I believe on a 10+, you just straight up, I just get some help to assist. Yes. They provide info or help in the field.
So
And I don't have
as
to
you're
do anything in
driving,
exchange.
yeah, Yep. So as you're driving, Declan, on either side of this highway now, it's just all cornfields, and the morning wind is creating just these waves in the corn, and you're seeing roadside billboards, and a lot of them are "Have you found Jesus?" But at one point, you see a billboard that looks to be like a campaign billboard, and it says "Vote for Wilson Gibbs, local sheriff, Henderson, Iowa." And as you're driving, suddenly the letters William Gibbs just start to glow as you go past it.
I'll kind of nudge Adriel, but did you see that? Oh, must be my imagination.
Can you be
But
more specific? There's a lot of that out there.
If you have to ask, I don't think you caught it. It's probably just my eyes playing tricks on me. Like I said, there's a lot of that out here. But in the back of my mind, I'll keep that Wilson Gibbs name in my head as we're headed towards Hendersonville.
Adriel leans over and no marijuana.
So let's cut to the teaser for this episode. 2 nights ago, Hendersonville, Iowa. The night air hangs heavy over endless fields of corn. A solitary farmhouse sits on the horizon, its single porch light barely cutting through the dark. Cicadas drone, but here the silence between their calls feels empty. An elderly farmer and his young kin are inside making dinner. Down a gravel road, 2 teenagers walk side by side, their flashlights barely pushing through the country darkness. The 2 teens whisper excitedly, half daring each other, half trying not to spook themselves. They've heard the stories about the lights in the sky. Circles carved into the crops like warnings no farmer can explain. They crest a slight rise, and there it is. A series of interconnected perfect rings pressed into the stalks like a fever maze. So vast and intricate it feels impossible, like it wasn't made for the human eye. The corn leans outward in spirals, bent but not broken, as if bowed willingly. The circles seem to hum in a quiet presence. Teens laugh nervously. One shines their light across the patterns, tracing it, trying to make sense of the geometry. The other just stares, drawn forward like something in the circles is pulling them in. They're both drawn into the bizarre cornfield maze. The beam of the flashlight catches on something metallic, just for an instant, deep in the center. The pair exchange a look. They don't realize that they've made it to the center of the labyrinth. The light swallows their voices. From a distance, the corn stirs as though something otherworldly is walking and waking up. A flash of red and yellow light erupts between the rows, stark against the black sky, moving brighter, closer. The corn ripples in a wave, like breath shivering through the field. There's a strangled cry. The light flares again, and then silence. Cicadas are quiet. The night is empty. On the porch of the farmhouse, a dog barks once, sharp, and then cuts off. The wind presses down, bending the corn in every direction at once. And then nothing moves at all. So as the Forerunner and the RV pull in, you can see a single blinking stoplight over an intersection. These storefronts that line this main street of this tiny little rural town. You've got a faded hand-painted sign for a diner and a feed store, a faded and rusting metallic metal sign that says "Welcome to Hendersonville." There's pickup trucks parked bumper to bumper along Main Street, dusted with soil from the fields. You see a couple kids' bicycles leaned haphazardly against the post office wall. You can smell the green tang of cut corn, grain, and alfalfa. A faint whiff of manure drifting from some of the nearby pastures. The air is humid, humid and pressing. It feels heavy, and dust seems to cling to everything. The street lamps are old. They feel barely held together, barely able to light this small town. And the RV and the 4Runner find a place to park.
What time did we arrive? What time of the day is it?
I think you ended up staying in the RV, parking like at a rest stop. Kind of halfway through, you drove through the night, slept for a couple hours, maybe switched things up, and then you continued on. So let's have you arriving maybe around 9 o'clock in the morning.
I imagine we're parked on the side of the road. We're on the sidewalk, trying to figure out what to do. Guys, I need some caffeine. There's a diner right here. I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee. Anybody want to join me?
Sure.
Right behind you.
Elias?
Sounds good. Didn't realize I was muted again.
So you hear the ding of the bell of this mom and pa breakfast place. Diner's being generous. There's only about 4 tables. They're little round tables in the front. There's a counter with an antiquated, like from the 1950s cash register. Old woman at the register, and sit wherever you want, she says, and she kind of waves you along. You can see an older gentleman, maybe about the same age as the woman, in an open kitchen in the back. You can smell the grease, but it's that good grease, that makes you drool a little bit. And you sit down, and there's a handmade menu that's stuck in one of those metal rings at the table.
On our way in, was there any newspapers, new, old, few days old?
Would you give me a quick investigate a mystery there, sir?
I could do that. I won't do it well, but I'll do it.
So that's going to be plus sharp. So on a 7, you get to hold 1. What question do you want an answer to?
What happened here? You know, if I'm looking at a day or two old newspaper, something's got to. Maybe there's like a Hendersonville Tribune or something that made a little bit higher, bigger than local news, to see kind of what's going on.
Yeah, let's have you sit at the table, and there's actually a plate with dried egg yolk on it and crumbs from toast that someone's already eaten, a crumpled up napkin on top of it, and next to it is a folded newspaper. And you kind of grab that newspaper as everybody's sitting down, and the woman comes over and goes, I'm so sorry. And she's cleaning the table, and she has a spray bottle, and she's spraying something on the table that just, it smells like aggressive bleach, and she's wiping it down. She goes, the other tables were clean. I don't know why you didn't want to sit there. She's wiping it up. You at the last minute, as she tries to grab it, you grab the newspaper before she gets a chance to. She goes, honey, you can keep that. And you open it up, Van. It's the Hendersonville Times. It looks to be from yesterday. And the headline is Teenagers Missing. You read it, and apparently there's a teenage girl named Maggie Cross, and the boy is Tommy Daniels. They both apparently snuck out of the house and have not been seen since. The sheriff, Wilson Gibbs, has no leads, but says that he's got his best people on it. And that's it.
I show it to the group as we sit down. We have our first leads. I'll give Bingo a call here shortly and see if she found anything since yesterday. But
when you do, ask her about Wilson Gibbs. Be specific.
I kind of noticed the awkwardness of it, but I let it slide. And, okay, I'll follow suit. Wilson Gibbs.
Does anyone else think that it's odd that there are a couple of missing teenagers and they're making a big deal of it?
I mean, it sounds like these not really.
Boys and girls must elope all the time, especially from tiny little pits like this one.
I mean, yeah, and there's, how do I put this? There's not a lot going on in towns like these. So, town, especially to have its own newspaper, it makes sense to me because there wouldn't be anything else to talk about. So that doesn't strike me as weird. Definitely worth keeping an eye on for sure, though.
I mean, if we weren't brought here by friends of the family here, I don't know that I would have stood out to me as our kind of job.
Elias, I get what you're saying. I would want to leave this town as quickly as possible too if I was a teenager, but there's something going on that, and I agree, there at first glance we probably wouldn't have come here, but there's obviously something else going on, so we'll keep our eyes open.
I was kind of hinting that maybe some of the people who think it's odd are involved.
Good point.
Could be.
So the woman that that was behind the counter by the register, who also cleaned off your table, comes up. She's got a worn small little notebook and a pencil that apparently has been chewed at the end. She goes, "Oh, okay, boys, what do you want?"
What kind of pie do you have?
Hey, Dave, what kind of pies we got? God damn it, Doris. It's the same goddamn pies every goddamn day. We've got apple and we've got rhubarb.
Apple with some coffee, please. And if you
Like
could
a little
warm it,
sweet scoop on top, baby.
please.
How about you, big boy? What you want?
Black coffee, 2 eggs over easy, please.
You? Looking at you, Van?
Doris, is it? I'll take black coffee, 2 egg whites on whole wheat toast, and some sliced tomatoes, please.
Can I get some pancakes with syrup?
Yeah, sweetie. Dave, we got tomatoes. God damn it, Doris. You the one that carried him in this morning. All right. Yeah, I'll get you taken care of. You hear the ding of the door. And in walks in a guy. He's in his mid 40s. He's got stringy, long hair kind of pulled back in a messy ponytail. He's wearing a kind of a greasy windbreaker with patches sewn onto it. And all of the patches are iconography about aliens, like alien heads and UFOs and, just several patches all over him. He's carrying a camcorder in his right hand. And he's got these wide eyes with like 3 sets of dark circles under it. And he kind of barges. He goes, he's got the camcorder in his right hand. He's got like a stack of papers in his left hand, and he goes, "Can I talk to the owner? Is the owner here?" Doris kind of rolls her eyes and slaps the order on Dave. "You don't have to slam it, Doris." And she walks over to this guy, and he goes, "I'm the owner. Can I put up these flyers? I just want to know, is it okay? Do you have a place where I can post it?" And she kind of steps back from the guy because he has got just an energy about him. And she goes, "We got the community board over there." And by the time the word "there" leaves her mouth, he is stalking past the four of you to this huge bulletin board, which has all these business cards pinned to it and flyers for a church lunch and a faded like 8.5 by 11 poster for the sheriff to be reelected this year. And he comes up there and he pins one of the sheets of paper that he was carrying up to the wall and starts to leave. The four of you look at this piece of paper and it says, "I believe you." And it's got like this hand-drawn flying saucer with a light coming down on it. And it looks to be like on a cornfield. It's really hard to tell. Either his artist or him are not very good at this. And it goes, "Call me with anything." And it's got a phone number at the bottom.
I'd like to try something, if I may. I'd like to use telepathy to manipulate him, and I want to urge him telepathically to come and talk to us. To come sit down at our booth and talk to us.
All right. So it sounds like you use magic.
It's an
ability you have. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's telepathy. It allows me to read people's thoughts and put words into their mind. It allows me to investigate a mystery, read a bad situation without needing to actually talk. You can also manipulate someone without speaking. Your roll moves as normal, but except people will not expect the weirdness of your mental communication.
All right, so let's do a manipulate someone. And that'll be plus charm.
Yeah, this should go well.
Everybody knows how charming Elias is.
I'm assuming I don't get my +1 forward. This doesn't have to do with my premonition, right?
It does not.
Oof.
All right. So, what do you say?
I think I'm kind of a little bit too overtly creepy about it, and I'm like, sit at this table. Like that's the voice or the whatever the thoughts that he hears in his mind.
And you can see him visibly react. He's starting to walk out, and he kind of goes like this as you put that thought in his mind. And he looks around, and he's got kind of a messenger bag, and he reaches into this messenger bag and pulls out like these old school headphones with a thick bar on it, and they're wrapped in tin foil. And he puts them on his head. He goes, "I'm not listening," and he yells that up to the ceiling and storms out.
It's worth a shot.
Adriel just gives an Elias a side eye. And then Doris.
Yeah, hon.
Grab the newspaper. So, we just got into town, but saw this in the newspaper. What's this about these teenagers?
It's terrible, I tell you. It's terrible. Both Maggie and Tommy, they're good kids. Good kids. My hope is that they're sweet on each other and maybe snuck off to elope. I mean, they're 16. They're about ripe for marrying. And, that's what I'm hoping. But I got to tell you, Ed and Jean, they're worried sick. So is Bill and Sally. I'm not real sure whether they know that they were together or not, but it's causing quite a stir. But we should be fine. Willie's a pretty good sheriff. He should get things sorted out pretty quick.
Things like this happen here a lot, or
mean, not a whole lot happens here. We kind of keep to ourselves. We're a God-loving country here. So it's not a whole lot. It's odd that I have a southern accent in Iowa, but other than that,
Transplant.
can you do me a favor? Can you give me a manipulate someone?
Sure.
There's something she wants to tell you, but she's not sure she can or should.
Alrighty here. 1 second.
It'll be plus charm.
Would my soothe work?
I don't
Blocking
think
any-
so. Just because she doesn't need soothing, right? What you're picking up, Adriel, is that she is telling you 2/3 of the story, not the whole thing. So on a 7+, she'll tell you this information, but you've got to do something for them right now to show that you mean it, that she should say something to her. So you're getting a sense from her that there's something she's not sure whether she can trust you to know. So what do you say to her?
So you say you're God-fearing here.
Lord be my Jesus.
Well, I am one of the devout, and I'm specifically here to help banish the evil. And then I look at her so she could see the golden sickle of my eyes.
You a preacher?
More
Yeah, my uncle.
a warrior of God, I think, would be more of a specific.
And then she kind of looks to see if Dave's paying any attention. At this point, UFO guy has left. And when she realizes Dave is busy flipping pancakes and making those eggs right, she kind of leans in. She goes, if you, in fact, are a God-fearing man, better stay pretty clear of the Williams farm.
Why?
They got all kinds of weird shit that happens up there. Crop circles. Everybody thinks aliens are hitting there. It's probably why he got here. He's been bugging the hell out of us for 2 days now. So
I'm sorry,
there ain't nothing. There's nothing holy up there.
You said crop circles?
That's what he calls them. She's kind of referencing where he used to be, like pointing kind of at the sign. He's convinced that aliens are doing it. Honestly, I think that boy and that old man are creating those things, those mazes in their cornfields just to get attention.
I'm sorry. They have a maze also?
So it's all.
I want to do the corn maze.
What's that?
I want to do the corn maze.
She kind of looks at you, and she looks at you and she goes, no, you don't, boy. No, you don't. So they're real particular. The old man, Nikos, he doesn't let anybody on that land, but I've heard that they're got some sort of pressed down something like, now it's funny because Simpsons over here on the east side, they do a whole corn maze right around Halloween, right? And they got a Hail Bay tour and whole Halloween thing they do, and they press down their corn by hand. And I just got a sneaking suspicion that's all that the Williamses are doing.
Just out of curiosity, do you happen to know how long ago those circles started to appear?
I gotta say, we started hearing rumors about it maybe a couple months ago. The old man only comes into town every once in a while when he needs something. He ain't real talkative.
Well, thank you, sister. If you think of anything else or need anything, let me know.
Doris, you gonna pick up this food?
Like talking to him maybe on your behalf.
You're kind of freaking her out now, and you can see that in her face. She goes, I got to go get your food.
Very well.
And she runs and does that.
Van's going to stand up and pick up that flyer off that community board. It has a phone number on it. I'm snatching off the board. And is there anything else of interest on that board? Missing posters? Or...
No. You get a sense, Van, that probably this is the newest thing put on that board, probably in about a year and a half, based off of the dates and everything you're seeing.
Prepare for Y2K.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Van, come sit.
What's up?
I don't know if the corn means anything, but when I was talking to Elias, he did mention about the growing labyrinth. But more pointedly, what I think will probably fit what we have heard. I was told to find the circles to save the innocent.
Yeah, I think we need to get to that farm as soon as possible.
Wow. This is why when you say jump, we ask how high. So good call coming out here. And yeah, that's our priority. We need to go look at that. I'm going to step out for a second, unless, Adriel, you had more to chat about. I'm going to call bingo.
Yeah,
That is
go ahead.
it for now.
Tell her I
No,
said
that
hi.
is it for now.
So these sturdy white ceramic plates get slammed down in front of each one of you. You've got your coffee, Declan. Van, you stand up and you step outside.
Boop, 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 boop. Call bingo.
All right. Before she picks up, I would like an investigate a mystery from you if I could, Van. That'll be plus sharp.
Let's see if I can do this again. I shouldn't have said that out loud. Fuck.
Hey, sweetie.
You got luck. Don't forget.
Actually, can we run through how luck works on that?
Yep. So you have a limited pool of luck. And at any point, you can spend that luck, and it'll cause you to be automatically a full success on whatever you just rolled. Once you use up all of your luck, you retire.
Or you can also use it to negate harm that you've taken.
Correct.
Yeah, I will use a point of luck, exercise that, and figure out how poor of a choice that is on this. But we'll find out.
All right,
later.
let's go ahead and mark that luck. So you're going to be able to. Oh, go ahead.
Aren't we also using the playbook specials for luck?
Remind me.
So
yeah.
Yeah,
So what is? Look at your playbook for the wrong. There's something that happens when you spend luck.
It'll say luck special. It's to the right of charm says luck, and then right below that next to tough is luck special.
Yeah. Oh, so I find a dangerous lead on my prey.
Ooh, very nice. Okay.
I just refreshed because I can't see DJ and I still can't see DJ.
Nor can we. So we'll
Okay.
have to. Let DJ come back. I'll say hello to him so that you'll know if he's back or not. All right, Van. So you're going to be able to hold 2 on that list for investigate a mystery. Baby, I've been looking. Can you give me kind of an idea, a little bit of direction? What questions you want answers to?
All right, bingo. We've got 2 kids missing, Maggie and Tommy. And there's something mysterious going on with this Sheriff Wilson Gibbs. The family made it very known that I need to ask you about him and to do what you can to investigate. And trying to see if there's any other, if this has happened in the past, or is this a strategic geographic location where something might come up? But what we know is that there's some crop circle type labyrinth thing being pressed into the cornfields, and 2 kids are missing, and there's some interesting things happening out here. So,
So yeah, Van, take a look at your list of holds, the questions that you can ask, and I'll go ahead and have Bingo answer them for you. You get 2 of them.
all right. So, what is being concealed here?
She goes, yeah. That lines up pretty much with everything I got, honey. Yeah, you got a couple things going on there. Yeah. So on one of my bulletin boards that I frequent a lot, there's a he's kind of a weirdo guy named Paddington Rendles. He calls himself Patty. Now he's been posting something crazy. I guess he's been up there, up by you, and he's convinced that aliens are visiting there and creating these crop circles up at some farm that I think is close there. So you may want to watch out for him. He's a bit of a character. So DJ, you're fixing your camera at the same time I'm adjusting the overlay. We're fighting each other.
This side.
Yeah. So that'll be your freebie. What's being concealed here? She goes, so I found something a little strange. So that farm there, so you've got there's a kid there. His name is Pavlos, and his father, I guess, is named Nikos, that own the farm where these crop circles are. And I gotta tell you, I was looking I dug up a high school picture of the old man, the Nikos, and man, he is a dead ringer for his son. Like you'd swear, you look at that old black and white picture inside of that high school yearbook of his, and you put that next to a picture of his son now, of that Pavlos kid, and spitting images of each other, which I thought was really strange.
Wow.
Your second question?
Can I hold it?
You sure can. Yep.
I think I'm going to hold it until I get a little more information.
And honey,
yeah,
just you can just throw me a text if you want, or just give me a ring. I'm going to keep working on this. And hey, just real quick, I feel like I'm getting a little bit closer on the thing that, you know what I'm talking about, right? The thing you have me trying to track for you.
Yeah.
So what I'm figuring out so far is that I don't know if that thing that killed your friend, I don't think it manifests in its own flesh. I found this real obscure text buried down, talking about some sort of demon that can jump from body to body. So, and what did you say it called itself? Halphus?
Yeah.
Yeah. I found something that referenced it, and just be careful, honey. I don't think he's going to show up with a red tail and a pitchfork and horns like Tim Curry in a movie with Tom Cruise. I think this thing just jumps from person to person. So the four of you be careful and be mindful.
Thank you, Bingo. I appreciate you paying attention to that and letting me know.
Yeah, and honey, if you got another question because you have a hold one, you just ring me up, okay?
Will do. Thank you, Bingo.
Right. So go ahead, Adriel.
Yeah. When I was talking with Elian, did he ever say the name of the other individual that came down?
No, and I think something that's important here, Adriel, is you don't know why, but somehow Elian gave you a strong impression that the fallen is not Halphus. You got a sense that these are two distinct beings. Now, does not mean that they are not colluding with each other, working together, or anything, but this Alien knows that you know about Helphus, right? This demon that's hunting the Remington family. And it was clear that Alien was giving you new information.
Okay.
So you get the impression that the Fallen is not the same as that, because having just one enemy is not good enough. I need to make sure you have two.
Fantastic. I want to look at the newspaper.
Yeah.
And I want to see if it referenced when the two kids went missing.
It was not last night. It was the night before. So that's yesterday's paper, and it says last night in the paper.
And
So
then
2 nights ago.
I would like to use magic.
Ooh, okay.
And I had it all right here on my character sheet, and then it all went away. Where are my playbooks or my things?
Real quick, Craig, is there an
there it is,
author
got it.
or on the newspaper of who wrote that article about the kids?
No.
No, okay.
I want to observe another time or place. I want to do both. I want to observe the crop circles
For the night before.
during the night before.
All right, so that'll be your effect. What we'll do is we're going to roll plus weird after a 10-minute break. We'll be right back. right. So we're going to do a little bit of magic here, Adriel. We decided that the effect is observe another place or time.
Yep. All
So
right.
let's roll plus weird.
Here we go.
All right. So on a 10 plus, the magic works without issues. Choose your effect. So before I have you observing another place or time, I need to understand what everybody sees as they're looking at you, or whether you go somewhere, you do it at the table. What do you got going on here?
No, you see Adriel's just staring at the. I'm assuming there's a picture or something in the article, and the kids, and you see him just staring at it, and you notice that his eyes start to glow a little more golden, and you see the scripture peeks out of his cuff sleeves, and they normally move, but they're usually behind it, but they kind of come out onto his hands.
So as you're looking at the pictures and the pages and all the typeface and that black and white newsprint photographs of the young boy and girl, it almost crossfades for you to their faces. You can tell it's night, it's dark. Maggie, she has a flashlight, and you can smell the corn stalks, and you can see that they're in some sort of corn maze. And your perspective shifts from their faces to behind them. And they're running for their lives. And somehow your perspective is from what they're running from. They're looking back, and Maggie falls down and gets back up again, and you're closing in on them. And they're going, and suddenly, like, Tommy just stops and he says, keep running, Maggie, keep running. And you just descend on him. And it crossfades back to the newsprint.
I cannot speak for the girl, but I believe the boy is dead. Something in the corn maze was chasing them. And he stopped to give her time to run away. But whatever the creature was, or person, I don't know. Did I get a sense if this was like a person or animalistic or?
No, but the only thing I will tell you, Adriel, is you knew you were looking through the eyes of whatever was pursuing them, and whatever that is was very tall.
Oh, okay.
And go ahead.
Whatever it was. Go ahead.
Nope, it's you. I'm shutting up now.
Whatever it was very tall. But this did happen in a corn maze.
In the corn maze?
Yes.
He might not be dead yet.
Why do you say that?
I had a vision of my own. And I think the boy might not die until he's captured and tortured. So I think we need to get there now. I will manipulate them if I have to.
And they disappeared. I'm sorry, you said how long ago?
Not last night, but the night before last.
So it's probably been 36 hours since then. May have already been tortured, but regardless, I need to go to the circles. Your vision, in its own way, seems to corroborate what I have just seen.
Then let's go. And I think Elias just gets up and starts to leave.
As Adriel.
Wait, hold up, damn. And
Van,
Declan will like shovel the rest of his eggs into his mouth and kind of throw back his coffee and then get up and kind of chase after them.
Van goes in and says to Doris, "Thank you for your hospitality. I need the check and need to settle up immediately. My family
Is everything okay? Everybody's. You guys seem to be in a hurry. Was the food okay?
Oh,
It
it's
was
excellent.
delicious, thank you. As Declan kind of throws over his shoulder as he runs out of the door.
No, Doris, it was
And-
excellent. Thank you. And what the cook was Dave or something?
Yeah. Her
Dave,
husband,
food was great.
Goddamn right it is.
And I leave an extra 20 for a tip and settle up and get out.
Yeah, and just like you get like a handwritten, check by Doris, and it's obscenely cheap. Like, oh my god, like you fed like 4 of you for like $22.
That was including the tip.
Exactly right.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so you guys pile back out onto the streets of Hendersonville, Iowa, and it sounds like we have got some earnest.
Head straight to the Nico's Pavlos farm, right?
It's like all signs point to the farm.
Except there's not literally a sign that points to the farm.
I go back in, say, Doris, I'm sorry. Where's the farm where these crop circles are at?
Sweetie, you don't want to mess with that stuff. Those two are weird.
I
I probably shouldn't have said nothing.
It's all good. We'd like to see that these kids make their way back home. So we're going to do our due diligence. So you mind pointing us in the right direction?
No. So you're gonna head out here on Main Street. You're gonna go about 4th rows. Take a right at the post office. You're gonna head down to the post office. You're gonna see the weird tree. The weird tree tells you you're about halfway there. Once you get past the weird tree, you go up. You're gonna see old Jimmy's bush that he keeps in front of the house. Don't know why he spends so much time with that damn thing. It's the ugliest damn bush you'll ever see. You'll recognize it immediately, but that tells you you're about 2 more throws there before you. And she just gives you directions the entire way.
Thank you, Doris. Appreciate it.
And she like takes the 20 and puts it in her bra and kind of like nods at you.
So
let's cut to you guys driving by the ugly bush, and you get to the turnoff. You can see the mailbox and a gravel drive that just is taking you into just fields of corn.
Are we all driving together?
Yeah, you guys gonna all get in the Forerunner, or are we splitting again, or what are we doing?
I'm in the Forerunner.
I mean, what's our normal thing when we do a job? Do we? It just seems like the Forerunner would be the run around town.
Quickest, yeah.
I would
I
imagine.
think piling in makes the most sense.
yeah,
Based on what I saw in my premonition, whatever this thing is, it's big. So don't get caught off guard. We might not be ready for the fight, but if we can save this kid, I think we need to do so.
Did your vision include the girl?
I didn't see a girl.
Did either of you see law enforcement, a sheriff, day sheriff, anything like that? Or was it
No.
just the one kid or the other? So when we were driving up, I thought I imagined it because I was too sober. I will again cut a sharp look to Adriel quickly before going back to my point. There were
I
lots.
can concur. He did not smell of the marijuana.
So lots and lots of signs, and one of the signs was an election sign for Sheriff Gibbs. And when we passed it by, the letters started to glow. I think it was the Ember trying to tell me something. I don't know what, but that's why I wanted you to ask about Wilson Gibbs when you talked to Bingo. Did she tell you anything?
No, she's looking into it. I'll give her a call after this. After we figure out what's going on here at the farm, I'll follow back up with her.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
can chase down that lead, but
His,
there might still be time.
his name is what glowed.
Yes.
So as you guys are in the Forerunner driving up this gravel driveway, and this driveway is probably a good quarter-mile long, and up ahead, maybe about as you turn a corner, you see up ahead about 500 yards or so, this 2-story farmhouse, typical Midwestern farmhouse. It's got white weathered paint, some areas that have aged so much it's almost a gray. You've got shutters that are holding on for their dear life to the side of each of the windows. The fields are pressed pretty darn close to the edge, so they don't have much of a yard. It looks like they've devoted as much land as possible to growing corn. It has a front porch. You see there's a large hound that's laying down on the porch. Doesn't seem to have recognized the fact that you're driving up yet. Like I said, you're a good 500 yards from it.
Whole lot of nothing.
With this, are we in a bad situation yet, or is this still a mystery?
Still a mystery. I don't think you. No, I'll let you read a bad situation.
I just want to read. I don't. It doesn't matter to me which one it is.
Yeah, let's do read a bad situation.
Okay.
That'll be plus sharp.
Sorry. Here we go.
All right. Let's see
So close.
here. Yeah.
I'm just giving you all kinds of misses to mess with.
Yeah. So I think what
Oh,
happens.
wait, do I get the one? Do I get the forward?
Yeah,
Hold
we
on.
can.
Do I
You definitely
the
get a
forward
plus
for my
one here.
permanent?
Yes, which puts you at a 7.
So I barely made it.
Yep. No, that puts you to a 7. So you got hold. You hold 1.
Okay. I'd almost rather have the experience, but not quite. I want to know what the best way to protect the. We haven't seen any victims yet. Can I hold it until
Sure can.
it becomes relevant? As
Yep.
we're approaching? Yeah.
Then,
So, yeah, go ahead.
would you like me to enchant your blade again, just in case?
Do you sense that we need to? And then I stop myself and just trust that Adriel knows best. And I'm behind him. I hand him my blade up to the front.
All right.
I
I
never
would like
get shot
to.
down.
I'd like to go ahead and use magic, and the attempt is to enchant the blade.
All right. So the effect you're choosing is enchant a weapon. It'll get a +1 harm and plus magic as a tag. So it's a roll plus weird. like un fuego. So yeah, on a 10 plus, the magic works without issues. Choose your effect. I'll let you narrate it for me, Robert.
Yeah, it's like last time. I just place my hand over the blade itself. There's a glow to it, and then as it fades away, the blade itself doesn't glow, but there is like a little inner light to the blade. It's just a weird effect. And then I look over at Declan and I go, "Oh yes, I'm sorry about your knife from last time."
And the weed.
I'm sorry about that.
So
And then I
as
look to Elias. Do I ever recall Elias using a weapon or anything? Have I ever seen him pull a knife or
I
something?
think Elias enchanted his own weapon last time, right?
yeah, what
I
I'm
don't-
trying to remember what you
um,
enchanted.
I have a big knife.
Oh, that's right. So as Adriel is handing the knife back to Van, you hear this, and you can see that this hound dog is now standing up on that front porch and just wailing to announce your arrival. We're gonna park. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, pull up.
So about the moment you pull up, an older gentleman comes out on the porch, looks to be maybe in his late 70s. He's got sun-dried leather, weathered skin, sparse white hair. He's got kind of like thick, like semi-denim work clothes, almost like canvas work clothes. He's a bit crooked, kind of leans down a little bit, can't seem to stand up completely straight. And as you guys pull up, first one to step out, he goes, "What can I do you for?"
Can I be the first one to step out?
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, mister, I heard you have a corn maze.
Ain't got no corn mazes up here, boy.
What? That's not what the lady told me. My
What
uncle,
lady?
I begged them. I love corn mazes.
Boy, you and your fam, you better get back in that truck and head out.
Why?
There ain't no corn mazes around here. Nothing for kids.
I step out the vehicle. What about for adults? And I just walk straight towards him.
Listen, back in your truck. We don't take visitors. No solicitations. I ain't buying what you're selling. You stop?
Nope.
He reaches from behind the front door, which is left open, comes out with a shotgun. Doesn't aim it at you, but just kind of has it cradled down. You're on my property.
Out of character, it was Nikos was his name, correct? The older guy?
Yeah, this would be Nikos. Yep.
In a calm, soothing voice. Nikos. There's no need for that.
You want to try to manipulate him?
My soothability.
Let's hear it. Remind me.
It says you can calm them down. It says when you talk to someone for a few seconds in a quiet voice, you can calm them down, blocking any panic, anger, or other negative emotions they have. This works even if the thing that freaked them out is still present, as long as your voice can be heard.
So you say that to him, and his demeanor changes as you expect, Adriel. And he's holding the gun, kind of in a hunter's hold, just holding the neck of it. Hand's not anywhere near the trigger anymore. And starts walking down towards you and goes, name's Nikos. We're not taking visitors. If you all could just hop back in your truck, head back into town.
Unfortunately, Nikos, we're investigating the two teenagers' disappearance, and we need to really look at your corn maze.
Why you keep saying it's a core maze?
Or
All
then
I
what
got
do you
is
call it?
a bunch of teenagers. They do it. They about a couple months ago. Must have snuck in overnight, stamped out a whole bunch of mess in my cornfield. It ain't no corn maze. It's just a mess. I probably lost about a fifth of that crop because all that corn they pressed down ain't worth shit now.
Well, maybe we can help make that right. Let us take a look.
At this point, Declan will step out of the truck with it's still the like fake forestry service badge, but it's hoping from far enough away he can spoof it to this guy. We're from Marshtown, a couple towns over, and we got called in by Sheriff Gibbs to help with the investigation of some teenagers that went missing. So if there were some folks that were stomping circles into your crops, we would love to take a look and see if we can make that right in addition to finding these kids.
I'm not going to make you roll for this because as you do that, a kid, maybe about 18 years old, comes out the front door. You hear the clang of the wooden screen door slam, and kid goes, Nikos, I don't see any harm if they want to go check out the maze. And Nikos seems a little startled and turns around and goes, oh, all right. Yeah, here, if you want, I can just take you there.
That or just point us in the direction, whichever is easier for you. I don't want you to put yourself out.
Come on, Tin Whistle. And he slaps his hand, and the hound dog comes running and gets right next to him and starts growling at Elias.
I agree, Tin Whistle. But it's okay.
Tin Whistle, come on. Oh,
I think I'm going to use my bolt now.
Oh, please.
I would like to know, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Ooh. Yes. And this is how you realize that this is a danger. As Elias, you feel an unnatural compulsion to go to this maze. And you recognize that immediately. The other three just feel like, well, we got to go to the maze. But you realize, Elias, that this idea may not have been yours.
It's like calling to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it does like kids, so.
And while we are gathering ourselves to go to the crop circles, Declan's gonna grab a pinch of soil and just pocket it, and that'll come up later what that's for.
Excellent. So Nico seems friendly enough. The old man doesn't move real fast, but he keeps walking. He's got a shotgun with him, but again, carrying it in a non-threatening way. He gets Tin Whistle to quit fussing with Elias. And yep, go ahead, Adriel.
I'd like to slow my pace to get next to Elias while we're walking. Why don't you See if you can see what he's thinking.
One step ahead of you.
And then I'll walk back forward to catch up to him, and I'll start talking or asking him about the teenagers to bring those thoughts to his forefront.
I mean, I heard about those kids. I don't know nothing about it. Tin Whistle here would have told me if those kids came up around here, but we don't get a whole lot of visitors. Really hope they find those kids, though.
So, can I investigate a mystery?
Yeah.
And that's my way of trying to assist or help by bringing the information to his forethought to make it. So what do I have to do to assist?
So let's do a help out real quick. That's going to be plus cool.
There it is. All right, help out.
Look at you guys. You're such a team. On a 7 to 9, you help out. It grants them +1 to their roll, but you also expose yourself to trouble or danger. So you do get a +1 on this, Elias.
So I'm going to investigate a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
I get +1 from the help. Does this?
This is a
still
forward.
Trying to.
Yep.
So I get +2 total.
+2 total. Very nice.
Dang.
Which it looks like it's good that happened. I put you at a 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the help pushed me to a full success.
Yeah, that's hold 2.
I want to know what's being concealed here.
So you can hear the conversation that Adriel is having with Nikos, but almost from Nikos's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And you're hearing the words that Nikos is saying, but you also hear him say something really odd to himself. And he's saying, yeah, no, nothing about those kids and everything. And, hope they do find them. And he thinks to himself, I hope Dad knows what he's doing.
This is Nikos saying that. Yeah. Okay.
Your second hold?
What happened here?
You also catch him thinking, I'm pretty sure Dad cleaned up the maze all right, so I don't think these guys are going to find anything. All right. Yeah. So you see this here? I think this is where the kids came in and they started pressing that thing down. And I'll tell you, I don't go in there. I've only seen it from up by the hill there, and it's a mess. So I, just don't get yourself lost.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was pretty flat, right? So it may be hard to answer this question, but what kind of buildings do we see on the property, or have we seen besides just the farmhouse?
Yeah, there's a farmhouse, and then there's a barn out back. But the barn's in pretty bad shape. It's a lot of the roof has rotted off. So it's probably not being used. It probably doesn't protect anything, right? If they've got something in that barn, the elements are going to be able to get in there pretty good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just the 2.
So after we're there and we start looking around, I make my way back over to Elias. Did you get anything?
Yes. He knows something. I don't know what exactly, but it's weird. Something about his father. That he hopes that his dad knows what he's doing. And he thinks Dad cleaned up well enough that we won't be able to find evidence.
I'm sorry, exactly what did he say?
I repeat it as verbatim as I can from what Greg said.
Yeah, I mean, he had really two thoughts that Elias picked up on. One thought was, I hope Dad knows what he's doing, and then the other thing that he said is, they probably aren't going to find anything. I'm pretty sure Dad cleaned up behind himself.
All right, I'd like to investigate a mystery.
Great. Can you give me an idea of how you're doing this and what you're
so
looking into?
I'm going back to recalling my vision and trying to find that location, and I'm looking to see if there's anything being concealed. Like maybe did Dad actually clean it up totally? Is there any sign of the kids? I know there was a flashlight involved. Was that dropped?
So you're telling me what you're trying to figure out. What I'm asking Adriel is what you're doing to do this, right?
I'm walking around in the maze where I pinpoint where I saw this happened. And
All
then
right. So are you entering the maze?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got Adriel entering the maze. What are Elias, Van, and Declan doing?
So Declan, before entering the maze, on the outskirts of the maze, there are still corn stalks or corn plants either on the ground or stood up, right? So I'll grab a bit of husk off one of those corn plants and take the soil that I had earlier, and I will make them into like a little, almost like a knot in the palm of my hand, and light it. And when it starts to give me embers, I will toss it over my left shoulder. And I'm going to use a sect ability called Fortunes.
Ooh, what is that?
The sect has ancient prophecies or divination techniques to predict the future. Once per mystery, you may use them. If you look over the future holds, roll plus weird. And I'll go ahead and roll that, and I'll let you know what the...
Great. All right, you got a 9.
So
very nice.
On a 10 plus, hold 3. On a 7 to 9, hold 1. On a miss, you get bad information, and the keeper decides how that affects you. You can spend your holds one for one of these effects. Have a useful object ready. Be somewhere you are needed right in time. Take +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another hunter, or preemptively warn someone about an attack so that it does not happen. So
you can hold this if you want.
Yes,
if you don't want to use it.
I'm going to hold it.
Okay.
For the time being, just to kind of get a glimpse of what we might be coming to and what that looks like. I will elaborate on when I spin the hold.
Perfect. Yeah, you let me know when you want to spend that hold, and we'll talk about what that vision was. You headed into the maze then, Declan, it sounds like?
Yes, I will follow behind Adriel.
Before you do that, though, I think Elias is going to kind of wander over towards you while you're doing like your thing. You're kind of lagging behind. I'm not sure. I guess maybe we should see what Van's doing.
Yeah, let's see what Van's doing.
Yeah, Van's trusts everybody else on the weird and the interesting. I'm the brute, right? And so I know where my place is, and I let you guys. I'm following and protecting at that point. So I'm lagging behind. I'm even considering not even going into the maze and seeing if I can't separate the father and the son and break off to go chat.
Oh yeah, where's the man at this point? Like, what did he's just kind of like pointing it out to us, or?
Yeah, he's kind of like standing there, kind of pointing you, directing you to the maze. He's probably, I don't know, 40, 50 feet away from the entrance.
So we could have like a quiet conversation without him overhearing and stuff like that.
I'm sorry?
We could have a quiet conversation.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you guys, it's very easy for you guys to separate and be out of earshot of him. Yep. So, Van, it sounds like you're not going to go into the maze.
No, I may stay back with, if Nikos is staying at the entrance, I may stay there with Nikos.
Sure. And Elias?
Can I step in real quick?
Sure.
I see Van not coming into the maze, and I tell the other two, one moment, and I want to walk out back to Van because I want to tell him something.
Okay. Go ahead.
We haven't. I haven't followed you yet either. So.
Okay. Well, then I kind of look at you guys. Then, if you haven't entered yet, like the look of, hey, I want to talk real quick.
Oh yeah.
So we can.
That's the thing. I want to have a sidebar with Declan.
Yeah, so we kind of step off to the side.
Yeah, so before anybody gets in the maze, the four of you kind of meet at the entrance. You're out of earshot of Nikos.
So are we broken up in pairs, or are we all four?
No, it sounds
together?
like the four of you together.
Is it okay? I look to Elias. I don't know if Elias picked up on this, but I have a feeling the son and the father are opposite.
And we're close enough that we can all hear this, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're like-
Elias, he can say the comments that he read off of the father, but between the way he was surprised when the son came out and said it was okay, and then those two comments, I don't know. I get these feelings. I can't justify what they are, but I think the son is the father and the father is the son.
That does explain why the kid called the father by his first name and not dad. He called him Nikos.
Good point.
It fits. I'll agree with that.
Very good. I did not even pick that up myself.
Good catch.
Very good, Declan.
Beyond that, I have a pretty bad feeling about this maze. There's something at play here. And
Most definitely.
Me too, and that's why I'm doing this. And I'll explain kind of specifically to Elias what I'm doing with the fortunes and the kind of using the embers to get a glimpse of what's to come.
I think
And kind of walk him through the process as I'm doing it.
Are you going to spend your hold?
No, this is me talking to him about what I'm doing.
Okay,
as
got
I'm
it.
doing it. So this is like before I've
Yep.
read the fortune.
I think there's probably information to be found here, Adriel, and I think if you want to go into that maze, please. But wherever this kid is, maybe in a basement of the house. Is there a basement that they built into the
Well,
floor?
you saw him being tortured?
He had been tortured. He was dead in my vision
He
recently.
was dead. Can you? What were the surroundings like?
I'll give him kind of the Cliff's Notes version. I'm not going to go into
Yep.
gritty details, but like it was a cinder block walled room with a dirt floor, farmer's table in the middle. Kid was strapped to it. He had his guts ripped out. The blood was still wet.
Skin was burned off.
Skin was burned off, and that there were these circles and lines and maybe a map of the corrupt maze, like drawn in what may be dried blood on the wall.
So, taking a quick look around, do I see any cinder block type buildings?
Yeah, no.
Or do we see tornado shelter, storm shelter, external entrance? How close are we to the house?
The house is probably, I don't know, 50, 60 yards away. Barn is about the same, and off to your left and your right.
Can I?
You guys going in or what?
Yes, we will be going in. We just have to lay out what it is that we're doing. Law enforcement type things.
Yeah, just do me a favor. Don't mess with the corn. I obviously just stay on the path. I prefer to be able to pull this corn up here in the fall. These teenagers already done enough damage.
So Elias, I just ignore him and go back quietly.
I'll give him one of these, and then we'll move on. Go back to our conversation.
Okay.
Can you use your magic to maybe view where you saw in your vision to maybe get a better idea of where it was?
Or where it might be. Because
Are
time,
you?
you got to remember, time is flexible
That's
here.
what I was about to say. Yeah, are you skilled in the use of viewing alternate places or times?
I don't know that I've tried that before, but it's worth a shot. So yeah, I'll do that.
Is there any way that I could do an assist with this to help him since I do that kind of magic? No? Okay.
Not this time, I don't think.
No, I think our magic is very different.
Yeah, very different.
Do I continue to carry +1?
Yeah, I'm okay with you carrying +1. So it'll be use magic, which is a plus weird, plus the
Yep.
+1 going forward because of your initial
Let's see
vision.
it.
You guys are unfreaking stoppable. So on a 10 plus, it works without issues. What's your effect?
So my effect is going to be observe another place or time.
And what is our place? What's our time?
Try. I want to observe the place where I saw the premonition.
Okay.
And the time is now.
I like it. You can smell the soil suddenly, the dirt floor, and you see the farm table. You see the leather bindings. Looks like it might be like something maybe you'd use for like a saddle that's being repurposed. But you don't see the boy. What you do see is a lot more blood than you saw in your vision.
More blood.
Like, yeah.
What about
To
the
the-
wall?
Like more than twice the blood. Yeah.
So what about on the wall? What looked like dried blood? Is the images look
That's
the
still
same?
there. That's still there. It doesn't seem changed.
What about the candles?
They are not lit. But they've been burned more than when you saw them.
So it's too late. Okay. I mean, I think that's my takeaway is that it's whatever happened is too late. Right? Like, I don't think I have any other. Can I look around more than I saw in my vision? Not
Yeah, I
really.
mean, you got an 11, so I'll give you one more piece of information. What are you trying to pick up on?
Like, I want to know, like, are there stairs that go up? Like, is it a basement? Is there like
There
a door?
are stairs that go up, and the stairs seem to go up to a ceiling, this wood ceiling,
Like maybe it's a wooden floor above.
potentially.
Any light coming through there? Any like, noticeable cracks? Okay.
Elias, did it seem ritualistic in any way?
Could be. Rituals take many forms, but it could be.
Van,
The table burned and organs removed.
Van, can you call Bingo and have her do research going back as far as she can to see if there's a pattern of teenagers going missing? The theory I'm operating off of is they're using these children to make the young to the old or vice versa, possibly.
Yeah, I can give her a call.
You still have a hold with her. So you give her a ring and she goes, 3 times in one day, sweetie, you must be missing me terrible.
Yes, Bingo. Sorry. We're in the middle of something. I can't react appropriately now, but
Oh, I don't have any new text messages. Nothing's come through yet. You fix that camera?
I've got to get a new burner phone, but you'll have the new number in due time. But
And I'll know it's you that sent it immediately.
yes, Bingo. Have you gotten anywhere on some of the history out here? Because we're a little concerned that this is ritualistic or is there a pattern of kids going missing at some sort of interval, routine time frame in the immediate or surrounding areas?
So your hold is on investigate a mystery. So take a look at the questions. You also, just so you know, if none of those really fit, you can state your own question, and I'll give you a sense of the answer, or if the question is appropriate or not.
Yeah, none of these are exactly what I'm kind of going for. It's more maybe generalistic of is there any, or maybe it's a playoff of what's happened here.
Okay.
What has happened here that might show a pattern and in a broad, if it's not just here, maybe in surrounding counties, that might point to any kind of ritualistic, demonic sacrificing.
So she goes, that's interesting. Let's hear clack, 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 clack. You hear a mechanical keyboard. So, sweetie, I'm not seeing anything about kids going missing, other than these 2 kids. Now I do see that apparently they bought this farm about 2 years ago. So this ain't no family farm. This is a farm that they purchased. And I got to tell you, I got no records of Pavlos or Nikos before them, buying that place. I can't figure out who they were before and where they were before. And the other thing I'll say is, killing kids, that ain't good. But if you believe what people say about that stuff, if they're doing some sort of rituals or some magic, that's some young blood, especially if one or both of them were virgins.
Since I'm calling back to touch on another hold, can I attempt another investigative mystery to potentially ask another question?
I don't think so.
How does that work? Okay.
Yeah, I think we've pushed that as far as we can, as far as what she can know. Elias, you were going to say something?
No, it's okay. I remembered what.
You're good.
Yeah.
But thank you. I'll get back to you. If you find anything, let me know. I still need some information on the sheriff. So if something comes up on Wilson.
Oh, honey, I got that. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I mean, he's been running for re-election. It looks like they do it every 2 years, and looks like the first time he won that election was a good 25 years ago. So he's been the sheriff around there for a real long time, and I'm not seeing anything weird about him or anything that makes my hackles go up.
All right, I appreciate it.
Hey, sweetie, I may not pick up if I don't get a picture.
Touche. Thank you, Bingo. I will get that burner phone up and running as soon as possible. Click. I tell it back over to the group. Convey.
Well, maybe while he's off having that conversation, Elias shares with the others that he thinks that the urgency is gone, that we've missed the opportunity to save these particular children. Now we have to find out what did it and how to stop it from happening again.
So everybody's taking their sweet ass time. Let's move to shadows. I'm moving the clock up to shadows, and you hear a vehicle pull up, and you look over, and it's this van, like kid, you want some candy van, pulls up into the parking lot, and rolling out of this thing is our friend.
The alien.
Yeah, he starts walking towards you.
He starts heading towards us.
Yeah, he's like, oh, wait.
He's talking to us?
Yeah.
And not the old man.
Nope. He's got, well, the group of you, right? From where he is, the five of you are together.
Do we recognize him? Or is
He's the guy from the restaurant.
Paddington.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Van will step up in front of the group and try to intercept this guy, kind of figure out what's going on. Go, hold on, Patty. What's up, Patty?
How do you know my name?
We're familiar with the BBS systems like you are, so.
Oh, so you know what's happening here. And he's looking up and he goes, I'm telling you right now, I can't tell if it's the Grays or the Talls, but I'm telling you that they've been visiting here, and I'm gonna. And he pulls out this contraption out of his messenger bag that's like a Tecmo Bowl taped to like a CB radio with an antenna on it, and he goes, I'm gonna get in that maze. I'm gonna give me some readings.
Patty, is that an EMF reader?
No, I haven't named it yet.
Okay, fair enough. What are you doing here? You here just taking a survey?
He like just walks away from you and heads right to Nikos. I need to introduce myself. My name's Paddington Reynolds. I assume that you're the owner of this farm. The old man's looking at him and goes, yeah. Well, I think that if I talk to them, they'll stop doing this to your crop. I just want to go inside there and get some readings and maybe set up a small thing. And if I do that, what'll happen is when they come tonight, and old man just goes, but are you with them? And he kind of looks around and goes, if I say yes, can I go in the maze?
Elias is going to telepathically like scream into his mind, go home now.
Ooh, give me a manipulate someone, please. All right, so on an 8, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show them that you mean it. If you've asked too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it will take for them what it would take for them to do it. So you scream into his mind. What?
Go home now.
And he does this again, kind of like he's under a helicopter, right? And he looks up and he goes, I'm not going anywhere.
Does he say in his mind like what it would take to get him to go home?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So what are you gonna say? I know I'm close.
You're not. If you'd ever like to meet us, you have to go home now.
So sorry to have bothered you. I don't think this is going to be an issue for you anymore. He pulls out his thing and he's, Here, and he hands the old man one of his flyers out of his messenger bag. It's all crumpled up, and he goes, "You call me if they come back." And he heads toward the van. Well done.
And the flyer's got his contact info on it in case we need to reach out to him
It's
later.
got his phone number on it.
Well, don't we have it too?
Yeah, you got two of them now.
Elias,
Yes.
I'd like to try something, but I'd like your, funny enough, the word thoughts on this. I think what I would like to do is, if you're up to it, is to try to read his mind again, but this time I'll ask him, why is Nikos in your body?
Oh, you want me to?
So
I'm
that'll
going to tell you
bring
right now,
that-
as the keeper, I think we've tapped into that old man's
Yeah.
mind enough for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scratch that. All right.
Sorry.
That's all right. So
So anyway, the other thing that I think maybe I didn't say, but when he says like I think it's too late for those kids. Like from what I saw, it's already come to pass. So let's find out what we can find out here in the maze. We need more leads.
I don't know. Adriel feels like he just wants to go kill the kid. That's Nikos. He feels like he has enough information.
Nothing more evil than righteousness.
100%.
What I'm saying.
100%. Like, I feel like I got enough information just to stop this entire thing. They came from another place, so obviously they're moving around.
Did you
and
do
doing
your
this.
research?
Yeah, they're.
So I look at Elias and say, Elias, are you? You seem hesitant about going in this labyrinth. Are you wanting to stay outside of this labyrinth, or are you willing to go in?
I think you said just the opposite, didn't you,
I
Elias?
think we have to go in, but I think it might be dangerous. So steel yourself.
Because I'm tempted to go use the restroom in this house and look around and see if I can't manipulate my way in. But I don't want to break away from the family.
I think.
Well, if you're gonna do that, call one of us and keep our phones on, so if something happens, we can hear you.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of you going alone, but I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it only works if you go alone. So
And
I think
knowing-
that keeping one of us on the line might be a good call. And we'll go into this labyrinth and investigate.
I'm going to call Adriel and put my phone in my shirt pocket, and I immediately turn around. Nikos, nature calls. I'm sorry. Please, can I use your restroom?
Well, if you need to take a piss, you can just go right over there by the barn.
It's not one of those. We had the pleasure of meeting Doris and Dave down at the diner. It's coming back to haunt me, and
So
nobody
give me manipulate someone, but I'm giving you a +1 for the reference to the diner.
So my new upgrade is if I manipulate someone, I can roll tough instead of charm.
Ooh, but now are
So-
you? Well, I'm going to require you to be intimidating about this then. So this is not just trying to talk him into it. It's like, no, you're going to let me into your damn bathroom.
100%. It's
Okay.
It's insisting that if you don't let me use your restroom now, this is going all over you, and you're going to pay the price.
Okay.
It's going to be as intimidating as possible.
All right. And so just make sure you change it to plus tough. Whew, man. I get it. Just if you go around the front, go in the front door, please don't touch nothing. Second door on the left, right by the stairs. And it just don't leave a mess.
I don't even acknowledge. He's not even finished his sentence, and I'm already rushing over towards the house.
Got it.
Before we enter the maze, since I know this was a large creature, I'm thinking maybe the concentration was on the inside of the maze of cleanup and not the outside. So I want to investigate around to see if maybe I could find any signs of something large or heavy going off into any direction, or something that may look like drag marks.
You don't see anything.
Well, you ready to enter the maze? And I'll put the cell phone on speakerphone and put it in my pocket. I will.
After you. And I'll kind of bring up the rear behind Adriel and Elias with the light, because I know it's starting to get darker.
Oh no, it's like mid-afternoon. You guys are good.
Point.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Despite the fact that it's taking you 7 hours to get into this fucking maze.
The story's the story, man.
It's about to move your clock up again.
It's like a shopping episode, but without shopping.
It's at the speed of plot.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to find a location of what I saw where this could have taken place.
Sure. So the three of you enter the maze. All three of you have a new custom move, which I'll track for you, but it's called Let's Get Out of Here. When you enter the circle, looking for the center, you will find it. When you try to find an exit or someone else in the maze, roll plus sharp. And on a 10 plus, you get there. On a 7 to 9, you choose either from the center or get where you want, but someone is following you. And then on a miss, you return to the center. So as you enter through it, it's not as it was a little oversold how complicated this maze is. It's very easy for you to kind of navigate these concentric connected circles to head towards the middle. So if you're going to want to look specifically for where you had your vision of where these kids were being chased, we'll use that Let's Get Out of Here move in order for you to be able to find that. I do want to cut to Van. So Van, you're in the house.
I walk into the door. I don't say anything. I just walk in the front door.
There's nobody to say something to.
Okay. So I start room by room on this first floor, if there's only one floor, start pressing a little bit hard or stomping my feet a little bit to see if there's a difference in sound between, to see if there's some sort of attic access doorway of some kind. And I'll start in the first room and then work my way around.
Gotcha. Excellent. All right. So the three of you are in the maze, kind of working your way through. Declan, the heads of this corn is even taller than you. And you work your way through, and very quickly you get a sense that you are in the center of the center. It's a large area. So everything has been a pretty confined passageways. And this is a large circle, maybe a good 20 yards in diameter. And there's several different entrances and exits to this. So, Adriel, if you want to try to figure out from here to get to the place where you saw them getting chased, I'll have you use your custom move.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I'm rolling what?
Plus sharp, please.
Alrighty.
All right. So on a 7 to 9, you choose either to find the center or to get where you want, but something is following you. You
get to where I want.
So somehow you just get a sense this way. And you start heading that way. Elias and Declan, we're just following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as nothing catches our attention.
Sure. You are please.
Since we're kind of going into here, and I know that what I felt about this pull, and I still feel kind of guilty about what about the harm that Declan took last time. I'd like to jinx him for the.
Do you want to remind us?
Yeah. So Jinx says you can encourage coincidences to occur the way you want. When you jinx a target, roll plus weird, and then I can earn some hold to do either good or bad things for them.
Beautiful. What do you need from Declan to jinx him? I feel like you need something. Touch him, something that he owns. What do you need to connect with him?
Yeah, I think in this case, maybe I just need to touch him.
Okay.
So as we're walking, I put my hand on his elbow and I say, whatever is happening here, I think we're going to be okay.
Let's roll it. All right, on a 9, what does that give you?
So on a 7 to 9, hold 1.
Okay, so you hold on to it
now, or
no, hold on to it. Yep.
Cool.
Thanks, man. We always are.
So far.
So the two of you are following Adriel, who just seems to know at every fork to go left or right. Van, you get yourself over to a closet that's off the kitchen. No sign of the kid. No one's been bugging you. And you open up this closet door and it's dark. It's like, let's have it under the staircase, actually. And as you're looking down, you can see right below where it gets real low, you can see that there is a basement door out of the floor there. And you feel that at the exact same time you feel the shotgun at the base of your neck. Let's go to credits. It does. All right, we are back. Let's do some thoughts, stars, and wishes. We'll start with you, Robert. Thoughts is where we talk about what we thought about the system, the game, what's going on here in the fiction. Stars were moments during the episode that really stick with you. So if someone asked you, "Hey, I heard you play Monster of the Week," this might be what you relay back to them. Yeah, there was this moment when I played last that really stood out to me. Then wishes is what you're hoping for, either in the next episode or episodes to come. So let's start with thoughts, Robert.
I mean, I love any system that allows you to create stories, and the Monster of the Week, the PPTA, it really allows that to do it. So, and then if you get players that can play into that, it just takes it up to a super level, in my opinion. So, yeah, I mean, I just love the system. I love the flexibility. I love it's not. I want to do this or make this particular role. There's more to it than that. It's like, well, but I feel it could be this way. How about this instead?
There's a conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. Because sometimes, if you want to break free, it's not necessarily strength related. It could be dexterity, right? To put it in those terms. So that's the thing that I really love about these systems. And I do like that they have a fail forward, and then a complete success mechanic. Because again, that adds to the narrative, right? It gives you those beats to play off of. Wishes, again, right now, man, I don't have any. I mean, it's a good
How about
time.
stars? What stood out for you?
Yeah, for stars, the funny thing is, I know if I were explaining to somebody else, this really wouldn't work. But the star is kind of how the story going with actually in this episode of Adriel and Elias actually working together
Yeah.
to try to do stuff. They haven't spoken about what's gone on, so but they're both still able to work together to try to do something.
It definitely feels like there's a bit of an evolution happening between the two of you. And I think it'll be curious to find out what's driving that, right? So what is it that Adriel feels a little bit more connected to Elias, and what is it that Elias is allowing that connection to happen? Because, boy, I'll tell you, at the very beginning, the two of you, I think, we could have ended it in episode 1 because the two of you just kill each other, right? But what I'm feeling that there's something happening there. I think it's super interesting.
And for Adriel, the path was, and that's why he said strike one. It's Adriel understands why he summoned the creature, right? He doesn't agree with that, but it worked out. And so Adriel kind of saw that in his opinion, misdirected goodness. So he is now filling out to what that actually is. And what road that's going to go down. If there is actually goodness there that can be drawn out and shaped and guided.
Derek, thoughts, stars, and wishes.
Thoughts. I'm just really enjoying it. I think everybody's really doing lots of cool stuff with their characters, and getting into all the good, fun stuff that, like Robert said, that these games really push and make possible in ways that some others don't. Again, not everything's a skill check.
Right.
I was going to say the same thing for my stars, was along the same lines. The one in particular thing that I liked was when he explicitly came to Elias and asked him to try something, like he's asking for Elias to use his powers, which Elias
Super interesting.
as, okay, maybe he can get that stick out of his butt and see the bigger picture. And and then as far as like just being more cooperative, I think the conversation with Van and any like off-screen conversations with the other brothers about like the family is also a big piece, right? Like he's feeling more connected to the family as a whole as time goes on, and nurturing that with everyone, including Adriel. So wishes, I don't know, I want to keep doing it. I want to see more. I want to see all of the different relationships happen and grow and evolve. And
I think you and I have even talked about this, Derek, before we knew we were going to play. Like, one of the things I think is kind of magical about this game is that it says in the book. So Michael says in the book, this is not a story about it's not a game about hunting monsters. It's a game about the hunters. But as you read the rules and kind of go through it, it's so spread around that you don't really see it, but it's amazing in play how that just happens, how it is about these hunters and not only their own arcs, but how they react and interact with each other. It's a little bit of magic that this game has. I think that's really, really cool. And I can see, because I remember you telling me, Derek, this is one of your all-time favorite games. It's really cool. So hats off to Michael Sands on that one.
Yeah. Sure.
Nick, thoughts, stars, and wishes.
Thoughts. This system in the pacing is fantastic. I love this. we got a chance to kind of get crunchy and do a bunch of planning before getting into the labyrinth. And then we've got other times where we just rush right in and we're handling business. And then on the other side of that coin, we're building stories and tackling some overall story beats. So I'm loving every part of it. I'm really loving that our team is coming together as a family, and we're anticipating each other's needs and utilizing each other's strengths. I'm loving that dynamic that's being brought up to light a little bit more now. As far as Star goes, I love the discussion with Derek's Elias in the intro, just him and I loved his role playing there. And then DJ was equally as good in these little quips and these little role playing moments with seeing the highlighted sign. He goes, "Did you see that? Nope. Okay, we're good. Never mind." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" Like, that took some thought to say, "No, I'm not going to tell him. It'll come up somewhere else." And so I love that those role playing moments.
I'll shout out a quick star for you as well, DJ. Like, you could have just called for your move, your sect move. I love that you picking up the dirt and getting the corn husk and putting some real narrative thought behind it. Man, oh man, that makes for good gaming. So hats 100%. Off on that. I just loved that so much. All right. And wishes, what are you hoping for, Nicholas? What do you want more of, or what haven't you got that you want to see?
I want more viewers than Forbidden Lands stream.
That's a big ask.
Well, that's a wish.
That is definitely a wish. Yeah, Forbidden Lands on this channel is pretty popular.
Yeah. I don't really have a wish. It's I don't want to ruin a good thing that we got going on by wishing for something more. I think we're on a great pace and on a great trajectory, and it's a blend of kind of everything right now. I'm good.
Last but not least, DJ, thoughts, stars, and wishes.
Thoughts on this is my first time playing the system. It is a lot of fun, and definitely like it's so clearly, like you're saying, like it is not about the monsters, it's about the characters and how we all interact. And I definitely saw that come together in this session for sure. So that kind of leads to my star, which is the interactions between Adriel and Elias were just a lot of fun, and kind of alluded to it in the, I'll call it the cold open, like the dialogue between Adriel and Declan, where I'm saying like, yeah, it says a lot that this time last week, your thoughts on this kid would have been way different than they are now. And I'm curious, and I'm thinking of myself, like, I'm curious what is leading to this change of heart. It's because, I know Adriel at this point, he doesn't do changes of heart. So I'm like, what's going on there?
I definitely feel like Declan could be watching what's happened right now and go, like, I'm going to talk to Adriel when this is over, because what the hell is going on right now?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I think, yes, everybody's like the building off one another and the quips I thought were really well done. And kind of the fact that we're developing running gags like Bingo's relationship to Van and and like making it clear as we go on that like this is not the first time that Adriel has done this to Declan's stash, and there might have been a time he did it's like his personal stash and not like stuff he found on an adventure, and he's still pissed about it. Okay, yes, that was from the I paid for that. You have to do that.
That was my property.
That was mine.
It's really funny.
So wishes, and I'm kind of seeing this now, is just a chance to stretch Declan's legs a bit more as far as his abilities within the sect and kind of how that works. I had been looking at that Fortune's ability for a bit, trying to figure out a way to incorporate it, because it talks about like divination or some kind of ritual. And I was like, okay, so there's a way that we can do this, and then exploring more of that, and then exploring kind of the bonds that are based in that, specifically with Elias, and showing him like the things that I've been kind of trained to do as a member of the sect.
It's really good. It's really good. And a lesson, there's a million videos on how to be a better GM. There's hardly anything out there about how to be a better player. I think that still is an opportunity for people to explore. And this is one of those things where as a player, you sit down and you say, okay, this is my tool set. and how can I make it work, and how can I make it mine, and pushing that. The other thing that the four of you are very good at is pushing the button, right? If you're in a role-playing game, push the damn button. That's why we're here. And I give you guys credit for that as well. So very quickly, next Thursday, we're returning back to the Isle of the Damned. It's a Call of Cthulhu game where it'll be episode 2. If you've not watched the first episode, highly recommend it. It's a grindhouse style game of Call of Cthulhu, not what you normally would see. It's 1975. 4 friends from college are meeting 10 years later on an isolated island in Maine and a cabin in the woods. Nothing could go wrong. So we're having a ton of fun with that. And the cast again, there is absolutely incredible. We are going to be back, pretty quickly here. I think we come back on the first
Wednesday.
Yeah, this coming Wednesday, we're going to be back here. So you're going to be able to see episode 4. And then we're going to start doing this on Wednesdays, going forward instead of Saturdays. The other thing out there, of course, is Forbidden Lands is back. It is by far, thank you, Brian. It is by far the most popular play on the channel. We did episode 42 to start season 3, and it already just blew up the numbers on the channel, which I do appreciate. Don't be afraid to go back to episode 1. There's a reason why it's so popular, and it's an example. Forbidden Lands, and it'll be returning soon, Trail of Cthulhu, are really opportunities. We play a lot of short, 5-10 episodes of games on here. It's really neat with both Trail of Cthulhu and with Forbidden Lands to see a long play. It's something that we've always, for a lot of us RPGers, we dream of having, 50 sessions of a game and 20 sessions of a game, and really watching these characters develop over that time.
Good monster of the week.
Yeah, who knows? You're gonna say something.
By the time we get season 3, maybe we will be bigger than Forbidden Lands.
I love it. I absolutely love it. The thing, Patreon, go check it out if you want to support us, like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Tell your friend about us. Behind me, you can see, there we go. That's the podcast. Definitely check that out as well. Love you, mean it. Talk soon.
Experience.
Howdy, friends. Thank you for watching. All our content is archived and organized in playlists on the Third Floor Wars YouTube channel. Check it out. And if you could like, follow, subscribe, and even set your notifications to this channel on YouTube and Twitch, we'd appreciate it, and it'll make sure that you catch all of our content. I talk with creators, designers, and experts across the gaming landscape in every episode of our podcast, Tabletop Talk. Open up your favorite podcatcher and search for Tabletop Talk from Third Floor Wars. Support your creators. They make the content you love, and it's your support that makes it happen. If you want to help us, go to Third Floor Wars on patreon.com, and you can help us for as little as $1 a month. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Take care.